Well, hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today I got a review for you of the Kizer Gemini. Alright guys, so the Kizer Gemini. This thing is, well, the Kizer Gemini Vanguard, I should say. This thing is really awesome. Review over, we're done. So this is a Laconico design, as you can tell by the blade right here. These have micarta scales with some anodized blue hardware, stainless steel liners, a stainless steel pocket clip that's just generic with some more blue hardware going on here. One wish, I wish this was blue. If you're going to go with the chrome and chrome, or the blue on micarta look, do it. I just don't feel like that. I don't know. And then you stonewash the blade, but this is chromed out. Yeah. Little nitpick there, but not a huge deal. So micarta, this is writing on bearings. All the edges are nicely chamfered all around. The pocket clip is not ambidextrous, but you do have a lanyard hole going on there and a micarta backspacer here. For these stainless steel liners, the lock side, let's see here if you guys can see. The lock side does not have milling, but the show side has all these little circles right here. There you go. All the little circles going in there. So it's like 4 or 5 circles milled out for weight relief. This thing's hard to review because as I'm trying to tell you guys all the details, there's something, as I'm like looking through the details and I was reviewing my notes before the video, it's generic. And before you Laconico lovers jump on me like a sumbitch, let me go further into that description. So first and foremost, the action is phenomenal. The ergonomics are really good. I can feel the pocket clip slightly, maybe a hot spot if you're bearing down because I can feel it kind of pinching right here, but that's only because I'm bearing down as hard as I can, and this knife does not remind me of a knife that you should bear down as hard as you can. I'm going to call it a medium to light use. Has a really nice drop point style blade that is stonewashed, and it is a full flat grind. That's going to make this guy one of your best slicers on the market because, not this knife in particular, just that type of grind, right? Just because it is fantastic. There's nothing to get in the way of the material. I'm trying to find my new lighting. I'm playing around with the lighting so you guys can see it right, and then it's creating weird spots. As you can see, the reflection is like right up there. I got one light there, and one light there. One light there, one light there, one light there. Although it's not hitting those, maybe I should angle those further down. So this is the Vanguard series, so this is coming in Bowler N690. Nothing wrong with Bowler N690. It's kind of comparable to VG10-ish. It's going to have some decent edge retention, relatively good corrosion resistance, and maybe a little bit more toughness than, say, D2, but you're not going to carry an edge nearly as long. But the reason that I was having trouble reviewing this and coming up with notes, and I've sat on this for months and months and months, flipper tab, kind of obnoxious, a little large. I've sat on this for months and months and months because there's something intangible about this. When I get it in hand, I love it. To the point of, I wasn't ready to throw this out there. To the point of, I landed myself the titanium version, which I do like better. There's less hot spots and it's contoured, so it's, you know, but it's also like $100 more. And really all you're getting is titanium, a frame lock, and some contoured scales. And that's 35VN if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So there's my anno job. But that's how much I like this knife, and I really started seeking out Laconico designs after that, including, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't say it on this one. Yes, including the Artisan Cutlery Centauri. There we go. Artisan Cutlery Centauri Laconico. I actually sought this knife out because I loved the Gemini so much. Back to the review. I loved these Geminis, but I couldn't tell you so much why. Stop pen. Throwing in little details about the knife as I'm just rambling. I couldn't tell you so much why. It's very standard and straightforward. The lines, once again, that gentle arc form that this thing takes, fantastic. In hand, ergonomically, it's pretty good. Like I said, this one with the flat has a little bit of a hot spot, but not insane. And it's just, guys, I mean, it's just so simple. But then you start cutting. Let me find a sheet of paper here. Not my titanium scale sticker. There's something so gratifying about cutting. I don't know, guys, this little thing. As I realize that I haven't sharpened this after using it. It's just, it feels so smooth, and there's no friction whatsoever. Once you get rolling, it just glides right off of that blade through that full flat grind. Absolutely, just I just love it. It's boring, but it's not. I mean, they just did all the boring things so well. You guys are gonna be like, I'm turning this off all over the place. Let's get you guys some specs here. All right, so the overall weight is coming in at a 3.2 ounces for the Kizer Vanguard in micarta. 3.2 ounces, I'm gonna call a lightweight knife. Not ultra lightweight, but pretty darn good. The overall length is coming in at a 7 1/4. The blade length's coming in at about 3 1/8. Same thing with the cutting edge, is about 3 1/8. So 7 1/4 for 3 1/8 of blade. I mean, you're getting quite a lot of blade for. You're not getting the blade to handle ratio completely, and you're not getting the blade length to weight ratio completely, but you're almost there. It almost hits them both. So the overall blade stock thickness is a whopping 1.07 thick, which makes the behind the edge 20 thousandths behind the edge. Yeah, it's about 20 thousandths behind the edge, so it's going to be pretty damn slicey. Not like the world's most slicey blade like these Civivis, but with the Civivi with the hollow grind. So we all love those super narrow hollow grinds, but if you're doing a long cut, the hollow grind isn't as smooth as a full flat grind. This thing just glides through paper so well. Not just paper, just anything. I'm a huge fan of this full flat grind look, which, you know, Spyderco does oh so well. They're the ones that really do that on most of their leaf-shaped blades. So this is coming in at a 444 thousandths thick. Not going to be the thinnest, but it's also more on the thin side than it is thick. I would call it thinner. All right, so the overall height is coming in at a 1.28. It's not going to be the shortest in your pocket. I wouldn't call it necessarily a pocket hog due to the profile, but it's not going to be... do I have anything out here that's a good example? Not really. It's not going to be just, you know, a small knife in your pocket, but it's also not going to be a, once again, my ZT, or my Ryan ZT0560. It's not one of those. So, size comparison-wise, let's compare it up against the CJRB Feldspars. It's coming in right about the size of the regular mini-size Feldspar and a lot smaller than the regular size Feldspar. Here is your Rat Model 1. Obviously much smaller than your Rat Model 1. And your Rat Model 2. Right about the same size as your Rat Model 2. You see kind of a common theme here, right? It's not going to be as large as your large knives, but your average size knives is going to be right around the same length. So your Civivi Elementum is coming in at slightly shorter, while your Civivi Brazen's coming in at much longer. I'm trying to get this flow down. You see what I'm doing here? Your Spyderco Little Native is coming in at much shorter. And last but not least, your Spyderco Domino should be about the same size. Actually, your Domino is much bigger. That's a weird. That's weird. All right. The last thing I want to kind of show you guys is, I need to get a new chair. This thing creaks left and right. All right. Let's compare it up against the Artisan Cutlery Centauri. There it is for a size reference. So if you're torn between the Kizer Gemini and the Artisan Cutlery Centauri, between the two, you're kind of, it's not comparing apples to apples necessarily, because the Centauri is a much thinner knife, while the Kizer, I feel like you can, I mean, realistically, it's kind of apples to apples, I guess, and they're both very Laconico. So I really, truly love the Centauri's design. I'm not sure if I like it more than this, but I like it a lot. So as a quick recap, we have some Anno Blue hardware. We have some micarta scales that they're smooth. They're not like, so Artisan Cutlery has this, and it's a very textured micarta, and I love that feeling. This is a very smooth micarta, but it does not feel like the cheap micarta, even though it's the cheaper series. It feels like if it was cheaper, they did it really well and took care of it. The edges are chamfered all around here with a lanyard hole here, a micarta backspacer here, and some stainless steel liners that are milled out on the show side only. On the liner lock side, once again, we have the same profile here with the stainless steel pocket clip. And this liner lock, this is one thing that I forgot to mention. This thing is a gem to flip. It makes all the right sounds and clicks going back and forth. It is on bearing, so it's going to be even more fun, but the detent's just maybe a little bit stiffer than it needs to be, which provides a lot more twang when you go, right? This blade is a Bowler N690, comparable to like a VG10-ish. Right around the same ballpark, plus or minus. Somebody's going to correct me. I know there's massive differences. I'm generalizing. This is a drop point style blade with a full flat grind, and it is stonewashed. Ray Laconico design, made by Kizer, manufactured in China. This thing is coming in at $75 on Blade HQ. You could probably go find it on White Mountain Knives. Use my promo code and get 10% off. Knock it down to 60 something if you wanted to. But one more fun fact. Watch out for this comparison coming up. This is the Civivi Elementum and S35VN. I think these two deserve to be compared because you might be looking at both. They don't look the exact same next to each other. There's obviously two different knives, but you're kind of getting something similar when you go for either one of these. So I will be doing a comparison of these in the future here in short order, but this is the Kizer Gemini Vanguard Bowler N690. Can I recommend it? Hell yeah. I think anything that I've touched from Ray Laconico to this point has really, really wowed me. And it wowed me to the point where I bought the titanium version of that and then immediately went and got the Artisan Cutlery Centauri as soon as I could find one that I liked. So, if that doesn't give you, opinions on this guy, I don't know what would. But I think you'd be really, really happy with this. And once again, here is the titanium version. They are the same size. And yeah, I'll be doing a review on the titanium version as well because it's a totally different kind of monster. But my name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe. Have a great freaking day, guys. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with the relative unorganization of these past couple reviews. It's just, I'm talking about some knives I really like. You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.